Let me know when you're ready.
Thank you, Daddy.
All right, I have your blessing.
If making it easy to be an illegal alien isn't enough,
government is another way to say better than you.
In fact, you know how fast a 5-cent hooker goes down.
no sane country would do that.
Cruz and Kasich are in it for a participation trophy.
Oh, what you represent to them is freedom.
Hosted by the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash.
Just remember, all hate mail comes to me.
The Southside Mutt Show.
Cheerleader. I don't have the boots for it.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Southside Mutt Show, hosted by the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash. We are digging up the dirt on news. The Southside Mutt Show is every Wednesday, 8 p.m. till 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com and just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to support the show or support SHR Media, or if you just want a really kick-ass type t-shirt, go to reaver.one/shop. That's REAVER.ONE/SHOP. All right, so how you doing, Crash?
Pretty good, but I was thinking about something. If we have to keep spelling out the name for people to get to it, what does that say about the mental acuity of our listeners?
Well,
just saying.
Well, a lot of people don't know what a reaver is. So they may not know the spelling of reaver. Or they may be thinking I'm saying Weaver, as in WEAVER.
Why the hell would we call the show that?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
Well, some people have told me, the show's named after Firefly. No, and for those that don't know, this is the Southside Mutt. I have my show during the daytime of the Reaver of Common Sense. And the Reaver is actually mythology. They were the bringer of death. So, death of common sense. So, it's normally only liberals don't get it, so that ain't a big thing.
Yeah, well, they pretty much don't get anything unless they can take it from somebody else.
Yeah, pretty much. So right before the show, I was watching a PSA. And this PSA was funny as hell. Because I don't know if you saw it recently. What the... a bunch of actors and actresses got together to do a PSA and this commercial for Hillary, and it's important that you vote, and it's November 8th. It's November 8th. It's important. It's a very important election. Vote for Hillary, and they just mocked him, going, oh, I didn't know who I was going to vote for until you told me who to vote for. You know, I thought that business and lowering taxes and having companies make money is a good thing, but you telling me that, oh, she accidentally deleted 30,000 emails. Who hasn't deleted an email or 30,000 before? And they just go on for 3 minutes, and it's funny as hell. They just make fun of these actors and actresses.
That's great.
I'm getting sick of this shit of these uppity, upper class, rich snobs that think they have to tell us how to vote.
Well, they've been doing this. I mean, honestly, look at anybody in the upper echelon. Well, actually, okay, maybe I shouldn't say everybody in the upper echelon, but look at a good portion of them. They're all very, very big on their high horses, and you know, they feel, a lot of them have that entitlement thing, where they feel that, you know, because I am who I am, everybody should listen to me, and you should do what I say, because I am who I am.
Well, somebody else made a point, and it's kind of a valid point. They're so used to, everything's given to them. They get shit handed to them. They go to dinner, it's on the house, you know, and they kind of get that sense that that's the way life is.
Yeah, it's entitlement.
Yeah. Oh my
God. The problem is, I mean, and honestly, the biggest problem that I have with it is because it's gotten so influential in the current generations and the up-and-coming generations, and with a lot of the policies that have been getting pushed by these uppity-up whatevers, is
hoity-toity.
These generations that are coming up now, they think that that's just the way the world works. I mean, everybody's a winner. Everybody gets a trophy. Nobody loses. Nobody fails. You know, the problem is that's not the way the world works.
Nope.
You cannot have a successful business that has 6,000 CEOs and not one fucking worker actually building a product. It doesn't work that way. Yes,
well, the one that
what
makes me laugh is they go on these tangents about corporations, and they're bitching and moaning on their Apple computer or their Apple iPhone, whatever computer they have, but it's all corporate capitalism that they're bitching on. How stupid do you sound bitching about capitalism and all that as you use those items?
Honestly, now they can counter that with, well, there's no other item to use. So the only way to do this is by using, something like this, which I can maybe buy that. Now, here's the true irony, and this is what I'd love for them to actually look into. Okay, they're bitching about the capitalism. They're bitching about all this stuff, right? Well, let's see. You're saying that it's all, these big corporations and it's all this capitalism. That's the problem. I'm sorry. Aren't you the ones that get all excited about your big sneaker deal with Reebok for endorsements? Why don't you take a look at those stocks and bonds that you have a stockbroker buying in your name? Actually look to see what those initials actually relate to. Those are corporations. You are buying a part of a corporation to make your millions. But you're bitching that corporation is making millions, yet the only way that you're making your millions is because they're making theirs. It's like, come on.
No, it's laughable. It really is laughable. And let me see if I can find it real quick, too. There was a Twitter by Sally Cohen, that idiot. And for those that don't know, Sally Cohen is an idiot for, what is it, CNN or MSNBC?
I don't know. She's just an idiot.
Oh, and some of the things she comes up with. Oh, my God. The elitism from that one. Well, go ahead while you find this.
Well, here I got a joke for you. Okay, this is going to be really quick. All right. So a Democrat and a Republican walking down the street, and they come across a homeless man on the corner. And the Republican reaches into his pocket, pulls out his wallet, hands the homeless man $20 and his business card, and says, "Give me a call tomorrow, or come by my office, and I'll help you find work. But this should help you get through the night." And the gentleman says, "Thank you," and they walk on their way. Well, the Democrat was really impressed by this, and he can't be outdone by a Republican. So a couple blocks later, they come across another homeless man. So to outdo his counterpart, he reaches into the Republican's pocket, pulls out his wallet, hands the homeless man $50 out of the Republican's wallet, and then gives him the contact information for welfare. I think that sums up the differences between Democrats and Republicans right there.
Yeah. Don't you?
Yeah, everybody wants to bitch about Republicans. Everybody, they're so evil. They're corporate. They're this and they're that. You know what? They are, but they're also the job makers. They're the ones that, you can say that they make their living off the backs of the working class, but they're also the ones providing the system for that working class. I mean, the owner of my company, I know he's well off. He makes a ton of money. But I also know when times get tough, he doesn't lay people off. He tries to adjust things so that nobody loses a job. And most importantly, nobody loses benefits.
Oh, hold on, because I'm about to... That little cunt deleted her tweet that she was getting lambasted on. I can't... She got lambasted, and I can't remember the exact content of it, and she was getting hammered so fucking hard on it, she went and deleted everything.
There's a shocker. Look, if you can't take criticism for your statement, then don't make a statement. If you're going to make a statement in a public forum, be prepared for people to both agree and disagree, sometimes vehemently and with venom. But if you're not willing for that to happen, keep your fucking mouth shut. But then don't bitch about people not doing anything. I mean, I speak openly, and the reason is, you don't agree with me. Hey, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion just the same as I am to mine. I just get a real kick out of one side will essentially take that stance, sometimes sling some mud, sometimes retract. The funny thing is, I'll retract a statement if I'm proven wrong, and I'll admit it. But I won't go and delete it because I got lambasted. I won't go and hide from it or then turn around a week from now and deny I ever even made the damn statement. Come on.
Here's one of the statements she made. Ben Shapiro put, do they really employment taxes, sales tax? Talking about illegal immigrants paying taxes. And she puts, yep, every year undocumented immigrants pay an estimated $11.64 billion in taxes. So that justifies them for being in the country illegally. So we can't go after any murderers, rapists, bank robbers. We can't go after them as long as they pay for taxes.
Well, now here's the funny thing. And now this is the funny thing, and this is a slight difference in how that stuff's reported. Not always, but a good percentage of the time. Now, when you say pay your taxes, most people would refer to income tax, correct?
They're talking
you file a tax return with the government. Well, the only way you can file a tax return
is if you're a citizen.
Is with ID numbers, Social Security and the rest of it. So either you've got fraudulent information, which is also against the law, or you're not doing that. So the taxes that are being spoken of are sales tax and those other taxes that are on just daily living. Mm-hmm. That's anybody. A fucking tourist pays that.
Yeah.
A tourist that comes here pays sales tax.
But does that justify for allowing people to stay in here illegally? No, it doesn't.
No.
And I know you're not making that point, but it pisses me off. It doesn't justify people breaking the law just because they pay some sales tax.
Well,
the mafia paid fucking sales tax.
Hold on. No, but hold on.
Go ahead.
You have to remember. Look at the types of people we're talking about. Essentially, what they're saying is, as long as you pay, as long as you give us money, you can break the laws. Well, let's see. How many laws has Clinton broken and not gotten in trouble for? And how much money does she give to the right places?
Well, according to Sally, according to liberals, she did not break the law. The FBI said so.
No, that's not what the FBI ever said. The FBI never once said that she did not break a law.
I know that.
They never stated that. Never
have you ever known a liberal to tell the truth? And that's actually was going to be one of the main topics that I was going to bring up. Let
me think about it. I have not heard of hell freezing over. I have not seen any pigs fly.
Seriously, one of the topics that we were going to talk about is someone just wrote an article that said Hillary would still tell a lie even if the truth would set her free. Tell me.
The thing is, it's accurate.
Yeah. That's what's so funny about it. It's dead accurate.
The funny thing is, I remember when I was a kid, one of the biggest things that my dad, not just my dad, my parents, they both pushed into me was it takes more energy to maintain a lie than it does to suffer the consequence of the truth. It's going to cause you more heartache and take more of your time, more of your energy, and absorb more of your life. Just trying to maintain a lie. Whereas if you just tell the truth, you own up to it, you might take your lickings, but then that's it. It's over. You move on. The truth is the best. I mean, that's the best way to go. I mean, you know me. I'm not a big one on 100%, and saying 100% of the time something is going to happen because, I will agree that there are certain times where, yes, telling a white lie or a flat-out blatant lie is the better
when your
course
wife
of
asks
action.
if that outfit makes her ass look big, no, hun, no, it doesn't, no, it doesn't. That is self-preservation at the same time.
Anytime your wife asks you, how do I look in this?
You look good.
The only correct response is, your ass looks great. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that's also self-preservation because the ass beating you'll get from saying, answering it truthfully. Oh, we're going to get some hate mail on this one. Oh, are we going to get some hate mail?
Wait, what's this we stuff? Come on, we both know all the hate mail goes to my email address anyway, so go good.
True.
Whatever.
It's...
Here, I got one for you. This is just going to be a really quick sidebar thing.
Sidebar, Judge? Sidebar? Can we have a sidebar?
No, I heard a nomination speech today for an election, for a local election, and I was absolutely impressed. Honestly, I was very impressed that this young lady, at her age, could come up with something with more substance and more appealingness than a politician. I mean, my 8-year-old daughter running for student council in her grammar school fucking smoked Clinton. I mean, she even used words bigger than what Clinton uses in her speeches. I mean, I'm serious. Like, they had 3 to 4 syllables.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, this is coming from your knees, dude. I mean, honestly, I was kind of impressed,
Well, you know me. I'm a Trump supporter, so I'm uneducated.
Yeah, but although I did get the nasty look when I looked at her, and I was like, sweetie, that was great. Better than Clinton.
Oh, I know that went over well in your house.
Yeah, I made sure she was drunk first. Not my kid. The wife was drunk. Oh.
Yeah, that didn't sound too good with that.
No, right after I said it, I was like, yeah, that's not good. No. Anyway, moving on. Where
are we now? Damn, where are we? I got totally sidetracked where we are. Oh.
I don't know. You're in the hurricane impact zone, so.
All right. Yeah, well, no, we're a tropical storm. Seriously, Friday morning at 6 a.m., they have us for tropical storm warnings.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I've been tracking it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the west side of the storm, and I'm not trying to downplay. I know the east side of Florida is going to get hard, but with these storms, the west side is the weaker side of the storm. So,
yeah, they're saying.
Speaking of weather, nice little walk into the next one. Leonardo DiCaprio is running his mouth again. Yeah. He, let's see. He says that climate change deniers should be banned from holding any public office. He says that the science is done with. The argument's done with. The science is established. What did I say? The statement. The scientific consensus is in. The argument is now over. If you do not believe in climate change, you do not believe in facts or in science or empirical truths, and therefore, in my humble opinion, should not be allowed to hold public office. I guess the world's flat and the sun revolves around the earth.
And if we're going to go with humble opinions, in my humble opinion, anybody that watches any of his current movies needs to have a CAT scan done. Yeah. That's just my humble opinion. And nothing of actual substance has come out of that guy's mouth, and I couldn't even tell you how long, whether it was scripted or unscripted.
Okay, so the same people
we went over this earlier today.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
What was it? Let's see here. 2,000 years ago, we knew the sun revolved around the earth. Hundreds of years ago, we knew that the earth was flat. And to continue with the quote from Men in Black, yesterday, we knew we were alone in the galaxy. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow.
Well,
the whole point of scientific inquiry is to progress. It is to challenge the norm. It is to take past scientific thoughts and theories and even law and reevaluate it based on current knowledge. I mean, it was, okay, plain and simple. One of the things that's been all over the news, black holes, right? Yeah, we got scientists all over the place saying that we're starting to get better data. We might be able to simulate it. Well, even 10 years ago, it was you cannot see dark matter. You cannot detect a black hole. You cannot do anything around them. It's
well, now they're also
impossible.
saying
There's no way. There's no way.
Hang on, they're saying now you could possibly a human being could survive going into a black hole, where just a couple of years ago, it's impossible. It would kill you.
Yeah, the gravitational force would destroy you.
Well, now they're saying that there's a chance.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing behind scientific inquiry. You're challenging that. I mean, that's what makes it scientific. Now, if you're going to go off of belief, it's more religion-based. And we're not going to get into the whole Scientology versus religion and all the rest of that crap because, honestly, I don't even think that's this damn show.
Well,
but the funny thing is, not to go into that, but the ironic thing is, even people that believe in empirical thought will go on faith. I mean, look at Einstein. Look at a lot of these great scientists that made a breakthrough. Well, the only way they can make a breakthrough is to have a strong enough feeling about something they cannot yet prove, but having the drive to continue to push until they can prove it. Now, if we're going to write off an entire area of science, such as climate change, then we're completely limiting ourselves to any future discovery having to do with climate. And it could be a good one. It could be bad. It could be good. We don't know. Unless we challenge it, unless we look into it. So, Mr. Gay Caprio, shut up.
Well, also, a friend of mine down here put up on his Facebook tonight this whole discussion. Well, he wants to explain to him that they're trying to say in 50 years this is what's going to happen with weather when they can't even track a goddamn hurricane. They can't predict next week's weather without a 50% chance of being wrong. So how are they going to predict 50 years from now, which they have gotten wrong multiple times?
Yeah.
Well, actually, every time. Every single prediction is failed. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, how many times did the world come to an end?
Oh, God.
I mean, since the 90s, how many times? There was one period of time where the same guy made a prediction every 2 years for like 4 years, and every single time he was wrong.
It's
I don't even know.
Mind-numbing.
And
the fact that 97% of the scientists. Oh, my God. Because my father-in-law used that one on me, and I just about shit myself. A lawyer actually said that. I was like, really? Come on.
97% of the 100 liberal scientists polled agreed with this.
Actually, I looked it up to see what the hell that was actually about. And what it is, to be exact, is scientists that wrote a paper saying that global warming, climate change is man-made, agreed with their study. So, in other words, they gave the papers to be graded by the writer, and 97% gave themselves an A. Does anybody see an issue with that? And that's
Common Core.
But that's exactly what happened. It's scientists that wrote a paper saying that they believe global warming is real were asked to look their paper over and if they still felt that way, and 97% of them said, yes, I still do. I give that 3% credit for going, no, I changed my mind.
And now that's what's actually interesting to me is that 3% of the scientists that wrote the paper are now reevaluating, which means that something has changed. Something is different, and they are willing to acknowledge that. Now that is scientific. The whole point behind science is you have a hypothesis, you have a theory, you present your case, you prove your case, you reevaluate. Then you present, you reevaluate. Every time you get a new piece of information, you reevaluate. And that can change the hypothesis. It can change your conclusions. It can change the entire goddamn thing. But you have to be willing to continue with the process. That 3%, I give them credit.
Yeah, they had the ball.
Speaking of credit, I do want to give credit to our fearless commander and chief. I do want to take a minute here and give credit to President Obama for what he has done.
Pull the nation together?
No. I mean, there's a lot that he's done bad. There's a lot that I disagree with him. But even I can be humble enough when, you do something right, you got to give credit. You got to give credit where credit is due. So I just want to truly give him credit and truly thank him for pushing more American citizens to exercise their Second Amendment rights and for creating a boon in the firearms manufacturing and ammunition manufacturing industries and keeping those jobs alive in America and providing, food for those families. I'm so grateful for that. I hate to see
the number
him go
one gun
because,
salesman, 7 years running.
You know what the screwed up thing is? He'll end up catching on to that, and I bet 2 years from now, when all of a sudden he's not getting any damn book deals, he's going to be going back for his commission.
I could see him doing that. Well, now they're trying to say, well, no, that's not exactly true. There's not more people owning guns. It's the same people buying more guns. Really?
No, that's not true either, because honestly, the only true thing, because I see all those statistics too, and they come up with all the statistics about there's so many firearms owned by so many people, and this is a fact. Well, no, not really, because it all depends on the state. Certain states register everything. Other states are, they don't register
Florida,
everything.
there's no registration.
There's stuff that's handed down. You can legally manufacture certain things on your own for your own personal use. That's not traced. This, that, and the other thing. Really, there's no true fact to any of those statistics. I mean, the only fact that they can actually come up with that is fairly true is the amount of firearms sold throughout the year.
Yeah,
and as an enthusiast, I can tell you that.
Now, because you got background check. Never mind. I retract.
No, I mean, running the background checks, that's going to be part of it. But even in a restricted state such as New Jersey, my next door neighbor could sell me a shotgun, and the only paperwork is done between me and him. There's no NICS check. There's no background check. If I've got a card and he's got a card, it's done. Can't do it with a handgun, but it can do it with a long gun. Yeah, a lot of people won't do it because New Jersey is so totalitarian sort of Nazi about it, but it can still happen.
But like I was trying to say while you were talking, in Florida, there is no registration of anything. Handguns, everything. There's no registration. And that's why I'm sitting here. They're like, well, we need to keep track, no private sales. How are you going to do that in Florida? Because I can hand my gun to my brother, and there's no paperwork that says I own that gun. It boggles my bloody mind. And I don't like making that point too loud because then you're going to get some liberal asshole. Well, we got to go after Florida. But what I like is
that's the whole. That's the problem. It's Florida. That's the problem.
Florida has to watch it with that because there is laws that are in effect. They just can't be running their mouths about guns, even politicians. There is, especially if it's a local politician and they try to subvert and do their own laws, they get it removed immediately and can be imprisoned. It's in the Constitution.
You mean if they try?
Huh?
Oh, you mean if they try to make it more restrictive down there?
Yep. They get their pee-pee snapped big time. The governor can have them removed with a snap of a finger, and there's nothing they can do about it. Yeah, because it's in the Constitution that just, enough of this shit. I'm tired of these arguments. Same old arguments over and over again. For what? Nothing.
the thing is, and I mean, and that's yeah, and that's the screwy thing is, everybody's yelling and screaming, and this is something I really get a kick out of with these statistics when it comes to firearms, is they turn around and they say, okay, there's 3 firearms for every U.S. citizen in the country. That's way too many. Just look at all the problems, look at all the crimes, look at all this, look at all that. And I sit there and I think about it. I'm like, okay, well, the only ones you're talking about are the ones that you can track. You're only talking about the traceable ones, that have been, there was a NICS check ran, there was a registration done, there was a transfer done. Those are the only ones that are in that statistic. So based on that statistic, which is going to be underreported because of all the other ones that are not a part of the statistic, you're going to tell me that there are 3 firearms for every single man, woman, and child in this country. And that's the problem. That's why we've got such a high rate of gun violence. Yet, when I see the gun violence on the news, it was never a legal owner of any of these guns that committed something. It was a criminal. And they eschew the fact with saying that, 5 people were, this is the problem. 5 people were killed in a gun shootout, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, well, but did all 5 people have a gun?
Yeah.
You're trying to say that there was all these firearms involved. No, it was one asshole with a semi-automatic pistol or a semi-automatic rifle or a shotgun that happened to kill numerous people. But you're reporting it in a way to generate spin.
Yep.
And that's bullshit.
And they
I
twist
could
the
turn around
facts.
and do the same goddamn thing. I could do the same thing with the auto industry. And guess
That's
what? My
different.
numbers would be a hell of a lot worse because plenty more people die in car
but I love it. But
car
has a purpose.
go after-
Guns don't, except for killing. That's the only purpose of that. It's
Well, if that's the, you know what, and here's the funny thing. Okay, so fine. If the only purpose of a firearm is to kill, take them away from the cops because that means that Black Lives Matters has been correct this entire time. They're purposely killing black people.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to say that the only purpose,
I agree. It's
is
not the only
that.
purpose. It's to
No,
serve.
it's not. Guns can be used for both good and bad and indifferent. Just the same as a vehicle, same as a knife, a hammer, a lighter with gasoline. Anything. That's all there is to it. It's not the object. It is the intent of the person wielding that object.
Pressure cookers were never built
That
to be a bomb.
is what it is.
Yet. Hey,
What's
we
that?
got to get to a break actually. But I was saying a pressure cooker was never designed to be a bomb, but yet here we are.
Fair enough.
So
Fair enough.
you're listening to Southside Mutts right here on SHR and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reverb Common Sense Show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutts Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reverb Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reverb of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Southside Mutts Show, hosted by the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash. All right, we're on our last segment. Let's see where we go from here.
So you got to come up with a topic.
2 plus 2.
That's not a topic.
That's my question.
2 plus 2, carry the fuck you.
Don't forget to carry over the 1 and divide by the 4th column. Common Core, baby.
I hope that hurricane lands on your fucking porch.
I don't have a porch.
But I hope it drops one on top of you.
What do you think I am, the Wicked Witch of the West now?
No, but your wife is there.
Thank God she's not here. She's at judo right now.
Oh, who are we kidding? She's so goddamn short, she just fit between a damn floor joist anyway. It's completely harmless.
All right, let's actually get on to something productive.
Yeah, because wife insults, we could actually have that go for a double show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we would be going for hours. Oh, something that nobody hasn't said.
Yeah, I was going to do that. That's what she said, and then I realized, nope, she never said that.
That's it? So, last night, we had the vice...
Okay, hold on. Earlier today, I did the quote about the 9/11 thing with Family Guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Now you just made me think of the one with sex with Spider-Man.
You only get one.
She's covered with a cobweb. Sorry. It's the most ridiculous show, but goddamn, it's got some funny things to it.
Oh, yes, it does.
Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Last night was the vice president debate. And we got to see the how great the future. Well, I shouldn't say future. Hell no. How dipshit Kane would be as a vice president. We found out he would be rude, obnoxious. He interrupted Mike Pence 57 times last night. Every time he tried to talk, Mike Pence or Tim Kaine would just interrupt, talk over. Now, one of the things I find funny is there was a female moderator, and he did the same thing with the moderator. So now Kellyanne Conway, who's the campaign manager for Trump, is saying, well, you know what? Tim Kaine is a sexist because all he did was interrupt the female moderator. What would you take on that? Hello?
What, the sexist because he interrupted the female moderator?
But isn't that what liberals do? If it was roles reversed, they'd be crying that they're sexist and all that because they interrupted her and didn't show her any respect.
Yeah, actually, the only thing I'm going to say is I call him an asshole just the same as I would if he interrupted anybody else. You want equal rights? This is equal rights. Sit down, shut the fuck up. Hey, throwing a gender identity or a racial identity on every goddamn situation.
No,
it's freaking ridiculous.
It is, but I think at this it is a valid giving back to the liberals what they've done all these years. Every time there's a little something coming up, it's
now. But now the thing on that is I'm kind of torn on it. Yes, I do enjoy the give back. I do enjoy that sticking face in it. But on the flip side, we're also dropping ourselves to the same level that they are.
Yeah, but we haven't won elections playing that higher, being...
Well, in all fairness, we haven't won an election in 8 years, so...
But that's my point. It's... You can only take the high road so long. I'm glad to see we're finally going back at them with the same bullshit that they've pulled for years now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to see that shit happen either. But you know what?
Well, the thing is, though, the funny thing is, and this is where I think it actually really is truly warranted, is in this situation because they ran on a campaign thing of, the first African-American president. That was a big push. Well, this one's been a first woman nominee, a first woman president. That's not a reason to vote for somebody. You shouldn't vote for somebody just because of their gender or their race or anything else.
That's sexism.
So turning around and playing the race card back against them or the gender card back against them, I think it's just showing how absolutely asinine their whole position really is.
And I think that's more what it was it's not that they actually thought he was being sexist. It's they're playing that, this is the shit this is the shit that they pull all the time every time there's a disagreement. So, you know what? Give it to him back.
No, it's plain simple. The guy was being an asshole. But, yeah, I do agree. I mean, they're just giving back. I mean, for all intents and purposes, you know what? I'll look at it as schoolhouse rules. You want to keep throwing the dog shit over my fucking yard? You're going to keep throwing dog shit into my yard? Guess what? Give it enough time, I'm going to have a crap load of ammunition, and I'm going to dump it straight on your fucking head.
Exactly, and that's the thing that I've been tired of. You can only play that high road for so long before they destroy the road. So, you know what?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true.
Give it back to them.
Valid. Return to sender.
Yep.
No such number.
What else? What else do we have? DTD. And Donald Trump called all Mexicans rapists and criminals. Kane made that statement multiple times that Donald Trump called all Mexicans rapists and criminals. Oh, and it was a hit piece from Kane. But the problem is, literally, he kept repeating Russia. He says mean things. Taxes. For an hour and a half, he kept repeating it. And he looked desperate doing it. I mean, it's fine. You say it once or twice, a second time to reinforce it. But when you start doing it 6, 7, 8 times, you can smell the desperation. Am I wrong?
It's just no. You're absolutely not. You're absolutely right. It shows. I mean, he had no substance to the debate. I mean, we talked about that earlier today.
Yeah.
I mean, look at who the running mates were. I mean, like I said before, I was on the fence, slightly still am, but I have to admit I'm getting more impressed with Pence as time's gone by. And you were right. The debate last night definitely did have a sway factor to it with regard to him and my feelings towards him. But we said it earlier today. She picked somebody who's going to be a lapdog.
Yeah.
Essentially, the funny thing is everybody keeps talking about how.
Wait a minute, the lapdog.
Being
wait a minute, the lapdog tried to be an attack dog last night, and that's usually very comical, and it was.
Okay, when a fucking Chihuahua tries to be an attack dog, it's nothing but comical. Yeah, that's all it really is. No, but she's got somebody. I mean, she doesn't want anybody to overshadow her. She wants to have 100% control. Trump picked somebody that's going to help balance him out.
Yeah.
That's a smart business move. That's what he is. No, he is not a politician. He is a businessman. And a businessman gets the best people for the jobs. And then, yes, that does make him look good. So if he gets the best that he can for the VP and for cabinet positions and for this, that, and the other thing, he's going to do a good job. If you're going to pick the people that are going to be yes men and lapdogs, you're going to do a piss-ass job because they are not good at their jobs. They're just good at kissing your ass. I think that really shined through last night. Now, the funny thing is, this is what I get the true irony is, how much commentary has there been about Clinton is being prompted? She's got an earpiece in. She has to be told what to do. Blah blah blah. Well, I think last night that was a perfect example that her vice president, unless he's being coached step by step, he's going to have 4 taglines, and that's all he'll ever use.
Oh, and Pence even turned around at one point. It was like, it was kind of funny at first, but, the same taglines over and over again got a little tiring. I was like,
I didn't see that clip. I'm going to have to go look that one up.
Oh,
now.
He called him out on it. He kind of got tired of the same rhetoric over and over and over.
But, it's silly.
But hey, I want to make a point because it's something that me and you have talked about long before we talked majorly about politics, long before the shows were even ever thought of. This is going back to our EMS days, back when you were chief and I was deputy chief. And one of the things you gave me a compliment on that I never really thought of is, that I may not always have the answers, but I made sure that I surrounded us with those that have the answer. And that's one of the things that I prided myself from then on being about. And when I saw Donald Trump, when I finally started really listening, he's the type of person, he will surround himself with the smartest people, where we currently have a president that has to be the smartest man in the room and will throw people out of the room. It's been documented he does that. And that's Hillary, too. She has to be the center of attention.
One of the best lessons I think I was ever taught in business, and it really applies to a lot of life, is you can't be the best at everything. It's virtually impossible. You want to appear to be the best. You want to be the leader. Really, all you're doing is you're managing the best. You surround yourself by the best in their fields that you need to get your job done, and then you rely on them. You don't micromanage them. You let them do their jobs. You trust them to do your jobs, and you put the pieces together, and you manage it as a whole. And you will be successful in business, in life, and in all of your endeavors. That is how Trump is there. That is how all these corporate 500 CEOs and these entrepreneurs, that's how they get there. It's not It's one of those cases where it's not what you know, it's who you know. You have to put the best around you.
And here's one of the other things that they did a little hit piece last night on. They went after Trump because in 1995, his company filed with IRS a loss of $916 million. So how can he be the president and lose $1 billion in 1 year? But then Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, lost $6 billion of taxpayer monies, where Trump lost $1 billion of his own money. I wish somebody can explain where that's better, losing $6 billion of taxpayer. And it's not like, oh, okay, well, they bought a couple companies that they shouldn't have. Just they lost $6 billion.
If we're going to be, if we're doing the tally count here, just remind me real quick, how many people has Trump killed? Just curious.
Yeah, I know. Carries the one, divide
do you have those
by...
figures in front of you?
Yeah, I have the figures. Hey, and I'm tallying it up, and I got a 0.
Yeah, that multiplication by 0, that's always a hard factor to figure out.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, come on. And I know that's a tagline. But you know what? Yes.
It's the truth.
Okay, fine. You can call that a tagline if you want. Going after her emails, fine. You want to call that a tagline? Go ahead. But then stop fucking going after him for his past endeavors and trying to use those to crucify him. If you want to judge her based on the current here and now, do the same for him. Otherwise, you're a hypocritical, sexist son of a bitch.
Well, now it's something to do with some porno.
Say that
they're trying to link him to a porno.
You're only against. You're going to say that I'm against Clinton because she's a female. I'm going to say you're against Trump because he's a male.
Yeah,
it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
No,
that's simple.
No. That's confusing stuff with him, and I can't even think of a bullshit thing to come up with that would sound like a liberal. I got too many brain cells.
I'd say go smoke some pot, but a lot of liberals against that too. So
no, I know. First, we're for it. We're for it. Now we're against it. Fucking morons.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, just remember, Chelsea Clinton has quoted evidence that the marijuana pandemic, and we have proof of this, is leading to deaths. And you know what? I actually did look into that after her statement that, all this marijuana and pot use in certain areas is leading to deaths. And when I looked into it, I did find some very graphic photos of a lot of those Cheeto mascots pictures on the bags, just discarded in trash cans. I mean, it was horrible seeing all those poor innocent animals.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to differ from you, and we've discussed this. I'm not for the legalization of recreational. I'm not. Doesn't mean I'm right. I'm not going to say my opinion's the only opinion, but I'm not for the legalization of marijuana. Surprise, surprise. I mean, everybody looks at me. They're like, oh, you're a drug addict. No.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. For medicinal purposes, I think it needs to get loosened up drastically. Okay, it's been clinically proven that there are tons of ailments that rather than taking narcotics, rather than taking Percocets and Oxys and all the rest of the stuff.
Can I answer that real quick? Because I have no problem with that. I have no problem with medicinal purposes. They abuse it. That's where I have the issue, the abuse of it, where all of a sudden you get the fucking stoner that says he has glaucoma and his doctor starts writing him damn scripts for it.
Well, but see, the thing is, we have the same abuse with people going back to Percocets with the nondescript back pains and nondescript neck pains and nondescript ankle pains.
Yeah, try going in now.
You're going to have that on both sides. Now, do I agree? Do I think that a 100% across the board, anybody could smoke at any time they want marijuana? No, I don't.
And there is another.
I think that it should be do I think that it should be regulated in a similar fashion that alcohol is?
But if
That
I
think
go
maybe buy a
out
little-
drinking, I can't get you contact drunk. Where if you're smoking in public...
Okay. No, okay. Valid.
I mean, there is multiple things. I mean, there's some...
Okay. Then I would have to amend that to recreational, personal use in your home only. No public smoking.
Because you have to make, you
Marijuana
can
could
get
not be
a contact high, and if you don't know what's going on, you may not realize what's going on. Get behind a car, drive, and kill somebody. And
No,
yes,
you're
getting high
you're
can...
absolutely right. Jersey, you are 100% right.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying. I know someone's going to go, it's not going to affect your driving. Hey,
No,
we got like a minute.
I can absolutely do that to you.
We do have like a minute. So.
All right, then let's just wrap it up.
So I don't mean to cut you off. It's just I know you've got.
No, it's good. We got next week.
Yeah, glad to be back finally with personal lives and everything. It's just been a hectic schedule, but we are back. There was also technical issues on my end, and I think I have them all straightened out. I think I can. We'll be back.
It was an ID10T error.
Yeah. I'm gonna build. Yeah.
Let's see who gets that joke.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you've been... crap. I forgot to queue up. Oh, shut up. Well, you do the tagline out then, yo. You've been listening to the Southside Much So with the Jersey Boys. Crash and Jersey Joe. We'll see everybody next week. You've been listening to The Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.